I'm State Senator Tony Hwang, and April is recognized as National Distracted Driving Awareness Month in the United States. This month is dedicated to raising awareness about the dangers of distracted driving and promoting safer driving habits. Distracted driving has become a leading cause of car crashes in the United States. In 2023, 3,275 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes involving distracted drivers, and more than 700 injury crashes involving distracted driving occurs on a typical day in the United States. These are startling numbers, and distracted driving can be likened in some statistical and scientific studies to driving blindfolded. And an example that I can cite from research is that sending or reading a text and taking your eyes off the road for a mere 5 seconds. At 55 miles an hour, that is like driving the entire length of a football field with your eyes closed. They've said quite a bit that distracted driving is equivalent to driving blindfolded. And we always think about texting and phone calls, but there are other examples of distracted driving. Texting and talking is one. Eating and drinking, as well as applying makeup and shaving, as well as reading a newspaper or books. It's truly amazing, but we've seen it. And watching a video. One of the proponents I remember hearing was car manufacturers want to put a virtual TV screen on the front seat so people can watch their YouTubes and TV programs. And programming your GPS. These are things that we do all the time. And we all know that texting and driving is dangerous, but yet many of us still do it. We like to think that we can multitask. I think we all do. But a 2022 survey shows that 12.5% of the respondents admit to being unable to do it very, very well. The danger of texting while driving is widely recognized by drivers. In fact, with 96% of those surveyed by AAA believing that it poses a great threat to their safety. But despite that survey and that percentage and safety risk, 39% of those drivers admitted that in the month prior, they had read a text or email while driving, while another 29% admitted to typing while they're driving. Which segues to one of our participants in this program from AAA of Northeast to be able to articulate further the data points and also the real startling data that translates into danger on our roads. I welcome Lauren Fabrizi from AAA Northeast. And I think you raised a very effective presentation of the work that local law enforcement is doing. And even though, as you share the unmarked and the trail and the follow-up, I think it's important to note, law enforcement is not looking to punish people. They're not looking for ticketing people from a standpoint of, I've heard many times in the legislative debate process, a revenue source. This is a program that we're raising awareness to tell people that law enforcement is keen to preventing you from doing these things, that we want to encourage people to have a personal responsibility for the safety of themselves, their loved ones in the car, and others on the road. It is not meant to penalize people. It is to ensure that you respect the safety of yourself and others on the roadway. I think that is one of the most important things of this program today, is to raise awareness and make people understand the actions that we are undertaking to ensure safety, with the ultimate goal of protecting those on our roadways. So I want to thank law enforcement for explaining it, but also sends a powerful message for all of you that are covering here today to be able to share with people. Law enforcement is out there to make sure that our roadways are safety respectfully for everyone that is using and sharing the road. Any other questions? I'm sorry for all that.
Tony,
reporter question.
I have a quick story, if you don't
Please,
mind.
please.
This is a story.
Sorry, John.
My law, yeah, I cut you off. My law enforcement partners, my law enforcement partners here probably can share this exact same story. But there's nothing more heart-wrenching when you go to an accident, a carver's tree. You have to send a young operator to the hospital for serious physical injuries, and while you're investigating the accident, you find their cell phone wedged into the dashboard in the middle of a social media post. That's what we're here to prevent, making our roadways safer. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you all for being here today and allowing me to play reporter for a couple of questions. I'm sorry about that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you all for being here today.
Ellie,
Yes.
my team here.
Thank you for being here.